Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Good Goose podcast, where we talk about whatever's on our minds and whatever's going on in our lives. Zach,
It's true.
Zach,
Yeah.
you look like. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say this before when you were setting it up, but you look like you're calling from like overseas, like you're trapped in a hostage situation. I'm gonna brighten you up. I'm gonna brighten you up. How about that? I'm gonna make you a little bit more colorful.
Sure, yeah, whatever you need to do.
Zach,
Uh,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, obviously, I'm in a new room,
Yes.
so I'm actually working off of the previous PC that I had before my new one back in 2021, and I was in the process for a while of revamping that old dust bucket, and
Right.
it's now been revamped. So what started up as a just like simple refresh turned into basically a full new build other than the GPU. So new motherboard, new RAM, new CPU, just a old fucking graphics card that's bottlenecking the shit out of my system because I can't find a reasonably priced GPU anywhere. Still, I'm hoping the 3060s, the few that are still out there, will take a little bit of a dip once the 4000 series comes out, and I can jump on that. But we'll see.
We'll
For
see.
now, this is essentially a podcast PC slash whenever Casey wants to game.
There you go.
Uh, the stuff that she does is usually pretty
Low
not
end.
system intensive. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's cool. How was your break from the podcast?
Oh
How was your New
gosh, yeah.
Year's? How was your
So
Christmas?
the last time we did a podcast, it was right before Christmas, and
Hmm.
I was supposed to be going on a trip to California, sunny California, to see family. And what ended up happening was the Thursday before the Friday I was to leave.
Right.
So a day before I'm supposed to get on a plane to leave, Casey gets COVID. So of course I can't go because I don't know if I've been infected.
Right.
Fast forward to 3 days later, and the inevitable happens because we
You're
are in close quarters and cohabitating. So I get COVID. That fucking sucks.
the new
Uh,
COVID.
yes, and I was dealing with that for the majority of the symptoms, the bad symptoms, were through the first week, and then the second week was mostly just coming down off of it. Just a lot of coughing and whatnot,
Hmm.
and really, really bad lung capacity. Just like super shortness of breath. Just getting up from bed. And after that, it was Christmas, and then after that, it was New Year's. So
Did you at
it
least
was,
get like some good Christmas presents and everything? Like, what'd
yeah,
you get?
yeah. I got some good slippers, some socks. I got a T-shirt. Um,
Classic adult gifts, basically.
yeah,
You.
yeah. Oh, I
So,
got a gift card for a haircut, so I'll get my haircut
wow.
one of these days.
That's even sadder. I mean, sadder in like the fact that it's not as colorful and as
In fairness,
imaginative
it's not
as like
like a
toys.
sports clip haircut or anything.
It
It's
was like an actual fancy, good
yeah,
haircut.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
go get your hair cut, get your beard trimmed. They
yeah.
fucking give you a massage, and yeah.
So sports clips,
Sports Clips doesn't do that.
they do,
They didn't used to anyway. They
they
must
do.
now.
Anytime I get a haircut and I want to feel fancy, or if I've been really stressed out by work, they offer the triple play is just a haircut and I think a shampoo, which you can also just like wave off if you want. There's the haircut, which I think is a double play, a haircut and shampoo, which is triple play, and then the home run, which is haircut, shampoo, and it's like one of those massage guns that are like punching you, like
Oh
one of
yeah,
those like this looks like a sex toy, but it's not a sex toy, and they use that on your like shoulders and neck.
that's a
Yeah,
little different. That's cool.
yeah. It's a little, it's just a little bit pricier, but it's not that bad.
The place that I usually go to, the boardroom.
The fancy place.
Yeah, the fancy, which is why I only get one haircut a year. Basically, at this point, which is more so just a lack of drive to go there. But yeah, they'll do the haircut, beard trim. They'll give you a hot towel scalp massage. So they'll put like a hot towel on your face and massage your scalp. Shampoo is included in that. And then they'll do a hand massage too.
Okay, so Sports Clips doesn't do a hand massage, but they do the hot towel and the scalp massage when you're getting.
When they do
shampoo.
that, do they like just keep you in the same room, or do they? Like,
It's a separate room. It's
okay.
It's like a separate back room. They're like, hey, come back here, and then the chair that they put you in while they're washing your hair is like one of those vibrating, like lower end models of like massage chairs. But then you can also put your feet up in a footstool that also massages your feet. It's not bad for the price. It's not that bad.
I'll have to look back into Sports Clips because I haven't been there in like.
I mean, are you a sports guy?
I don't. No.
Do you follow the sports?
I follow Hand Egg sometimes.
What is that? What's hand egg? Is that just
football?
Tossing an egg back and forth?
Yeah, it's a more accurate description of American football.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I thought you were talking about an actual sport.
Yeah. No. The sport of juggling eggs as you run down a field.
Yeah.
It's a professional sport.
Well, it's funny you say that because I actually discovered it's not a new sport because it's been around for a little while, but it's that one where they are playing table tennis, but it's with a soccer ball. Hold on. Soccer ball, table tennis. I forgot what it's called. Tech ball. Hold on. You've never heard of it? Hold on. It's gonna fuck with the thing, but there we go. This is the second Tech Ball World Cup. Hang on. We'll fix this. We got this. Whoop. I'm gonna fix you too.
Oh.
I'm gonna fix you.
Please don't.
Hang on, I got it. This is easy. Come on, media source. Uh-oh. Shit. Never mind. Hold on. There we go. Just put you all the way back there. We got it. Everybody focus. Damn it. There we go. Just let it land.
I like the different sizes.
So in a few moments' time, we're going to have our Stars game.
Like the what?
They have like the different sized cathedrals on all the trophies.
Well, this is definitely like an ice rink before it's anything. Look at this guy.
Look at this fucking guy. What a champ.
This guy who got...
If he doesn't win, then this whole thing is a sham.
Hey, 21.
Look at that.
It's also a podcast number. It's episode 21. Anyway. So,
Ooh, spin.
look, all of that stadium for just that tiny table. This is an actual thing. This isn't like ESPN 8 to the Ocho.
Kind of.
I mean, okay, so technically it is, but this is the World Cup, which with $100,000 grand prize. Uh-oh, YouTube. That's actually pretty cool.
Just their actual live feed from when they aired it. I'm sure. Okay, get on with it.
Okay, yeah, get the next guy out here.
Famous freestyler, tech ball ambassador also. C'est un gardien donc freestyler de renom, champion du monde. Faites du bruit!
I'm actually learning French. I understood all of that.
Oh, the crowd goes wild.
All maybe 1,000. I'm seeing a lot of empty seats.
Okay, when does the game start?
I wanted to like. I was hoping it was gonna. There's a lot of. Okay, there's the other guy.
Preamble. Okay, let's see what he does. He's like, fuck this shit. Let's get it on.
Yeah. I actually don't know the rules. I just know it's like.
Are they playing right now? Or are they just like playing? You know.
They're just playing.
We gotta vamp for time.
We spent a lot of money on this, and it's just a.
That wasn't even the play.
That wasn't even the.
What is this fever dream?
I promise it's an actual thing. That's just a guy in a gray shirt.
Nah, this guy's serious. You know, the other guy, he's in it for like the theater of it all.
Yeah.
This guy's in it for like the sport, the art of the sport. He's a true professional. You can tell by his everything. Take back on this. This guy needs to.
I definitely don't want to be in a small room with either of these guys.
The guy on the left just looks like a normal guy.
He does look like a normal. He looks like a.
He looks like a guy that would be like. He would never tell you that this is his hobby. You know, he has like a normal 9 to 5. He comes in the office, talks to Jan at the water cooler like for 30 minutes every day, drinks his cup of coffee with like 2 sugars and that's it. And then like on Saturdays, this is what he does.
We got another guy. We got a third guy.
Oh God. There's not enough room for 3 people on that table.
There's barely enough for 2 people.
It'll be right in front of my salad.
Also, have you noticed the table is at a curve?
It is at a curve, yeah.
I could tell you the reason why, but I don't know the reason why. Maybe to make it more bouncy. Okay, I'm gonna get into the actual game because nothing is fucking happening. There are more people. Okay, so it's 2v2. It's 2v2.
So, I'm guessing this is much like table tennis. You have to hit the ball on the table.
Yes.
But they have the whole arena to kind of move around.
Yeah. So it's like a mixture of volleyball, European football, and table tennis.
Starting off with that.
Yeah. Basically can't use your hands, just like football. Football.
That seems kind of...
Oh! Also, there's like no offsides, apparently.
Well, how do you call offsides?
There's the line. The line.
No, that's. I think it's from
the table. Hashtag world is curved.
You gotta look cool no matter what you're doing.
So yeah, that's what it is. Tech ball. TEQ.
Also, offsides is based on the line. I mean, kind of.
You know what I mean? Sorry, you can't go over the line. Just like in tennis, you can't go over the net. He's very good.
Okay, well.
Anyway.
Much like I was saying, the guy from earlier who has his hobby on Saturday, he like starts dating someone and then he finally feels comfortable enough to like tell her about like or him about
my safe
what he does for a hobby, and she's like, oh wow, that sounds really cool, I'd really like to come to that one of these days. And then she goes and she's like, this is it. There's not a lot of people here. And then it ends after like apparently 17 fucking hours. And she's like, wow, that was really cool. I'm so proud of you.
Well, that's the World Cup, remember. I mean, anybody who's willing to support you in your endeavors, whether they are ridiculous new sports to which people are trying to become the new Pele, Messi, I guess, is one thing. But I don't know. Would you ever be able to do that? Do you think you have the dexterity? Were you ever? I can't remember. Did you
in soccer?
You were in soccer, but when you were younger, would you play a sport now? what would be the sport that you would play? You had to really think
right
about
now, like today, if I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna go play a sport.
it. Mm-hmm. You have the money and the capability.
Gosh, I don't know, golf.
Classic
Look,
old
man,
white man answer.
No, look, it's not a matter of like that's what interests me, because I feel like there's plenty of other, like I would probably be interested in soccer.
It's the laziest sport.
I don't have the body and stamina to do anything else.
You would get the body and the
I have
stamina
a
by
desk
playing
job,
it.
and I play video games / watch movies every night. Like, I will die if I go onto a football field, or even like baseball, maybe, but even that is stretching it. You know, like.
I guess. I mean, you're really pushing the limits of like how far you're willing to go exercise wise. But that's the whole point of the exercise or the sport is to get exercise.
It depends on why you get into the sport, I think.
Or money, yeah, to get famous and all that. I don't know. I don't think. I guess my answer would be somewhat closer to the same. I would probably get back into tennis. You remember I played tennis in middle school?
Yeah. Tennis is hard. Man.
It is hard.
You gotta have a lot of stamina for that.
For sure. It's a lot of quick movements back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And then at the same time, you have to control your shots. So yeah, there's a lot going on in that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, Zach, let me tell you about some of the Christmas presents I got.
Yeah, what did you get? You get a box with my head in it.
No, that would have been cool. I mean, it would have been scary and shocking, but like,
screen was like, "What's in the box?
What's in the box?" That'd be a crazy Christmas.
Topical reference. It's never been made before.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody's made a Christmas video of 7. But no, I bought a whole bunch of, or I didn't buy. I got a whole bunch of Christmas presents that were all cooking themed. So I got a whole bunch of like cooking molds, not molds,
nice.
Silicone like pans and stuff. I've yet to use them. I'm worried. I'm a little terrified that they are going to melt in the oven. I know that's the exact opposite reason they would make them. But I got those. I got an apron that says "Shut the fuck up, I'm cooking." Thing. So,
be well in the kitchen. Yeah, don't bother me.
Yeah.
Because if you do, I will have a meltdown.
Yeah.
Because I'm already stressed. My anxiety level in the kitchen is like up to here.
You specifically, or are you just projecting
Yes,
to me?
No,
oh,
me
okay.
Specifically, my anxiety level in the kitchen is always up to here, unless I'm doing like mac and cheese or something.
Well, I just automatically assume that you are the type of person to make like simple meals. You know what I mean?
You are correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
And then I think that was just about it. I got that and a chopping board or chopping board. And that was about it. Yeah. I got practical gifts too. I didn't get socks and a haircut gift card, but
Nice.
we can't all be winners.
I did get the thing I was actually really excited about. Well, there's 2 things. The first thing I got was a little dust buster.
Yeah.
So I can easily clean up underneath the bird cage without scaring the shit out of them. Because originally I had to use a vacuum cleaner. The dust buster is going to be quieter, so very excited about that.
Yeah.
And I also don't have to like drag out the fucking vacuum every time I need to.
Right. Right. That's what handy vacs are for, not scaring pets.
And then I also got a. My mom got us a new Keurig because the one that we have literally leaks.
Ew. Yeah, I would have gotten rid of that a long time ago.
If you use it, you pick it up and there's just like a pool of water underneath it. So
yikes. Well, see that's a much better. That's closer towards the realm of like adult Christmas gifts that people are kind of expecting. So Keurig makes sense.
In truth, normally I wouldn't have any Christmas gifts because typically what happens is Casey and I are very much of the minds of not making Christmas harder than it needs to be.
Right.
So we'll usually be like, no presents, or it's usually Casey's mom who draws the line in the sand, because my mom's usually on board with it. It'll be like one gift,
Yeah,
if you must, Well, things got out of hand very quickly this year, and so we actually had to do full-on gifts. But normally, Christmas is either a one-gift affair for each person,
Right.
or a no-gift affair, and we just focus on being around each other and eating, and then drinking.
It's just an excuse to hang out with family, really. You know, you don't have to fall into the trap of buying a Honda Civic for somebody just because a commercial told you to. Looking at you.
Honda Civics are nice as somebody who drives one.
Same. We are both practical white men. So it's on brand for us.
Yeah.
But moving on from Christmas, man, we're already in the new year. We're already past New Year's.
It's New Year's. Did
Zach,
you do anything special for New Year's?
I worked. I worked a closing open, or a clopen, as my coworkers like to call it.
Yes, clopens.
Which sounds gross. It sounds like a gross word, right?
I don't know. You hear it for a decade working retail, and you're like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's part of my nomenclature now.
I really wish it wasn't. I don't know why, but creating that word, making that word a reality, just makes it sound gross and exhausting. Like, you know how you get used to like specific sounds, or the way that things that you shouldn't, like alarms or anything like that. And
your morning alarm.
And every time you hear it and it's not your alarm and it's somebody else's alarm, or it's something else, you're like,
or like if it's the standard ringtone and it's in a movie, it's just like,
you get anxiety from the ringtone and not from the actual like scary moment. But did you come up with any New Year's resolutions? Are you going to change anything about you? New year, new Zach.
I'm going to work out more. Off the topic of that. I was actually in pretty decent shape back in 2020 / end of 2019, and I had surgery at the end of that year. And then right after that, we did COVID. So
you had surgery? Why don't I remember this?
Yeah, I had I went in for one hernia, and then when they got in there, they're like, you have 3 massive hernias.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that was fun.
I do remember this, actually, yeah.
But yeah, I was like down 20 pounds right before the surgery, and that just kind of, because of the recovery period, that kind of threw me off, and then off the back of that, having the lockdowns and the quarantining, and Quarantining is when you lock yourself in a room with a bunch of corn, because who doesn't
drink some tea. Good old iced tea and some corn.
My mama always said that corn and tea go together like something that goes together.
Chocolate and peanut butter. You couldn't think of anything? You couldn't come up with peanut butter and jelly?
I wanted to do something out there, something crazy.
Like
peanut butter and chocolate.
Bicycles and hookers. I don't know.
Unicycles and dogs.
Yeah. Wait, what? Well, I didn't come up with any. Okay, so moving past. I didn't come up with any New Year's resolutions, just because I feel like I know I'm going to immediately like just abandon them. If I set myself a goal at the beginning of the year, especially because I know everyone else is going to be doing it, like going to the gym in January is outrageous. It's crazy. It's a terrible idea.
And that's why mine's not like going to the gym. It's just working out, like walking around our complex, doing a VR thing, something. And I also am not like, if you don't hit a certain goal or a weight goal at the end of the year, you're a failure. I just want to be more active this year, because
that'll work.
Getting to the point where not doing it is going to start having real adverse effects at my age. So
not only mentally, but like it's going to affect you physically. Like
the mental thing has never been a huge issue for me. It does affect some people, but definitely the physical.
This guy. Yeah. I mean, we have a gym in my apartment complex, and I know nobody uses it. Like 3 or 4 out of all of the residents in my apartment complex use it. But just the way that our complex is set up with the hours and everything, they make it impossible to get in there during the times when I would be available to do it, you know, because I get off late from work, so I just, when I want to come home and I still have like energy left over, I can't go to the gym because stupid. Anyway, any other life goals? You just want to get healthier. You want to get in better shape.
Yeah, that's pretty much health goals. Yeah, take better care of myself. That's kind of
Yeah.
Everything else is good for the most part.
Well, that's good.
So
maybe the whole computer situation.
Yeah,
if you could manifest it, if you could will it.
Honestly, at this point, I'm calling it a win because when I was first building this thing, it was supposed to be built before the end of the year, and I had the CPU, a new motherboard, and I want to say something. What else did I have?
I don't know anything about computers.
Maybe
I feel like every time we start talking about computers, it all disappears or it all hides, you know?
Yeah. Well, it helps when you're like piecing it all together, you know, like you're actually putting it together. But anyway, I had some semblance of parts, new parts that I had bought, and old parts that I was going to pull over from the old rig.
Right.
That was really struggling. And I went to go put all of the stuff I had into the old case, and my motherboard didn't fit. So
motherboarder.
That was a bit of a misstep on my part.
Oh,
okay. Part of the reason being that the case I had, so that rig is like 12 or 13 years old now.
Good Lord.
And because of that, it makes looking up things like the case very difficult.
Right.
And some like PC part picker just didn't even list it. So obviously because it's too fucking old. So I probably could have tried to do a little bit more due diligence on it, but ultimately I had to buy a new case. So when I was doing that, I was like, well, fuck me. If I'm getting a new case, I might as well grab a couple other things while I'm at it. So then I got new RAM. I got an extra hard drive.
It's basically starting all over.
Like I said, it is essentially a new build. The only thing in there that is carried over is the old hard drive, which I've added in addition to the new one. And the graphics card, which is a shitty 660.
That'll work.
It works minimally. And like the thing with PC performance and like mixing new and old parts is, like I said earlier, it can bottleneck your system.
Right.
So my processor is like outclassing like it is so far beyond like what that graphics card initially was built around. And so what's happening is the graphics card is actually dragging down the CPU essentially.
Right.
But on things that are more CPU intensive, it doesn't affect it as much. So like this is not having as much of an effect because Discord isn't GPU intensive, you know, like it's just put the picture up and that's it. It's not trying to render a bunch of shit like fucking Red Dead or something, Cyberpunk.
Exactly. God, why is this website so wide?
Maybe eventually, and actually, if I do end up switching out that graphics card, this setup might actually perform a little better than the one I have out in the living room.
Isn't that ironic? Like every time somebody gets like a new electronic thing, they're like, wait, there's some things about the old thing that are just a little bit better than the new thing in a way. Like, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and it's kind of crazy because I spent less on this, even factoring in a possible GPU upgrade. I'll have spent less on this rig than I did on that one. So it's just like,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, I actually have a list of New Year's resolutions that we could possibly start right now, right today.
Oh boy!
If you're willing and able,
I'm willing to listen.
Okay.
But I'm not subscribing to anything.
Okay. Well,
I'll like it. I'll give it a thumbs up.
We can
thumbs
try.
down if it's bad.
Well, it comes
I
from
reserve judgment.
yeah. You can be judgmental, I guess, or we can work
New
on
Year's
that with a
resolution for Zach.
yeah.
I'm gonna be more judgmental.
more judgment. Well, that'll work. Well,
Your hair
I've
is looking nice today.
thank you. Oh, were
Doesn't
you?
have to be negative judgment. It could be positive judgment.
I don't believe you though. That's the thing.
Oh, your hair does look nice.
Thank you. So right here, we've got the parade.com.
Oh.
Let's kick off the
Wait
new
a
year
minute.
right.
Didn't we try Parade before?
We did.
Parade before it didn't go well. Oh no, what we did was we did the Christmas one for Parade UK. And we didn't it was
Yeah, that was the Christmas quiz, and there was a lot of UK. I mean, we could try a different website.
No, this is maybe the American one is more up our alley.
Is this
I
America?
don't see UK in the URL, so
Okay.
I assume that it's fine.
That's fair. So 55 New Year's resolutions. We won't go through all of them. We'll skim through quite a few. New Year's resolutions to try for 2023. Focus on a passion, not the way you look. Zach, are you going to focus on a passion? What's a passion of yours?
I definitely don't already focus on the way I look, so sure. Yeah.
Hey, it's homeless chic. From what I've been told. I've been told it's the new thing, you know?
Yeah, something like that.
Work out to feel good, not be thinner. We already talked
that's
about
mine.
that. That's your thing, yeah. Stop gossiping.
No. I love the gossip chain.
Did you hear about that a piece of shit Zach from that one podcast that nobody watches? Yeah. Give one compliment a day. Go ahead.
I already gave you one.
It didn't sound real. No, that was the less judgmental judgment.
Okay.
That wasn't a compliment, which I am now fishing for.
Okay. You are a good cook.
That's a lie.
What do you fucking want?
No, I appreciate that. You have a far superior beard to mine. Yeah.
Kind of a gimme, but all right.
It's a compliment. Go a whole day without checking your email, which you can't do.
I can't. That's work.
That's your job. Yeah.
I guess I could do it on the weekend, but
I'm jealous of that, by the way. I never talked about this. I don't think I've talked about this with anybody. Because a lot of people that I know that work either from home or work in an office type setting complain about checking email as part of their work.
I've never minded.
No, but like most people, you've heard that complaint before. That's a fantastic complaint. Would you like to hear a complaint of my work?
Yeah.
I step in dog shit every day.
Yeah, I'd rather read an email.
Yeah. And I'm not doing it on purpose, obviously. But it's an unavoidable thing that's going to happen. Dog shit, piss, that kind of thing. So, pardon my French, but that's what I do. I also get bit every day by dogs. Every day. At least once. Or humped. It's a thing.
Can't tell which is worse.
It's a living. 6, do random acts of kindness. Zach, are you kind? Are you a kind person? Do you do random acts of kindness?
Fairly kind. Yeah.
Look at this little dog. Anyway,
That is a little dog.
I think your wife is. Pick him up. Which one? Which one is it?
No, please don't make this funny. Oh god, damn. Hold on. That's the chair, by the way. That creaking sound.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't a chair. That was him farting excessively. Look at that cute little puppers.
Look, I did a duck. Miss B.
Gross. I'm gonna have to blur that.
Yeah, she wasn't actually.
Ugh.
It gets more of my beard than anything.
Yeah, it's because you've got like little leftovers in your beard. That's one of the things about your crazy homeless chic look.
I wash my beard, thank you very much.
That's why she's licking it.
She's just a licker.
What do you use to wash your beard? Like what kind of shampoo? Do you use the same Tresemme?
Yeah.
Do you use the same shampoo as your hair shampoo?
When I'm taking a shower, yes. When I'm like washing my face or something, then I actually have It's beard shampoo, but it's just shampoo.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
but that's so every year for Christmas, coincidentally, that's something I get. As apparently I'm unwashed, because I will always get a ton of shampoo, a ton of body wash, and some beard shampoo.
you're a hairy guy.
Every fucking time, and some lotion. So I guess I have dry skin too.
There is so Christmas is more of a you look like you're you're unkempt.
Please take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. It doesn't look like you are. Parents are great.
No,
Parents are great.
And I know for a fact that my mother-in-law has said to Casey numerous times that she just doesn't know what to get me for presents most of the time. So
Right.
she just goes with like, yeah, that utilitarian stuff, and like, nobody's gonna be mad. Like an adult is not gonna be mad about getting more soap or something because it's like, well, then I don't have to buy it.
Yeah. It's one less trip to the store, or it's it's like I'm saving money at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Which people could do year round, by the way. I'm not saying that practical gifts for Christmas are terrible. I'm saying that you could be doing that for a significant other that you care about any time of the year. Not that it's also less special. I don't know what I'm saying, but
Make every day a soap day.
Exactly. Wash your ass.
Brought to you by soap.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by store.lightscameranonsense.com, where you can help support your favorite new podcast by representing it out there in the real world. We've got movie posters, we've got t-shirts, we've got stickers, we've even got hats. So do what all the cool kids are doing and buy all your merch at store.lightscameranonsense.com. Enter in the code GGPOD at checkout and get 15% off of your order today. Insert slogan here. Back to the show.
Keep it clean.
Wash your face, wash your ass, in that order. Number 7, read a book a month. Your wife is doing that for the both of you. She's reading 10 books every day.
She's doing that for like 6 people at this point.
Yes.
She's already, we're 8 days into the year and she's read 4 books.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah.
Jesus Cristo.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah, Shelves of Casey on Instagram. Go follow her. Go someplace you've never been, Zach. And that doesn't mean you don't have to go to Kuwait. You don't have to go to Lisbon, Portugal. I don't know why I picked that place out of all places on earth. That just popped into my head. You could just go to a Thai place that's in a neighborhood that you don't normally visit. You know what I mean?
True.
You know what I mean?
New restaurant. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, because I was just thinking of like actually traveling.
You don't have to travel.
That's true. Good. Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
That's manageable. That's manageable.
Actually, that will count. I'll have accomplished that by the end of this month because that's when we'll be in our new apartment. So that'll be someplace new.
There you go. That counts. You're cheating the system. You're checking off this box.
Okay.
You probably are also going to clear out all the clutter that you have to help compartmentalize your belongings, right?
It's true. That will happen when we're packing. Coincidentally, though, it does always seem like you pack and you're like, yeah, I did a really good job cleaning shit out of stuff I don't need and, you know, the things that I haven't touched in like a year. And then you go to unpack and some of the stuff you take out is like, why did I put this in here?
Yeah. Why was this not in the trash immediately?
No. No, well.
Ah, well. Turn off your phone one night a week. You're sleeping anyway. You don't need it. I don't know what this means.
I don't, yeah.
Like,
I keep my phone on for emergencies. If, like, my mom needs something or Casey is trying to reach me in the middle of the night.
Why is your wife texting you?
Oh, she always texts me.
Yeah.
If we're in separate rooms, she'll be like, "Hey,"
and throws a book at the door.
And she's like, "Hey," and then I'll come out like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then she'll be like, "Can you get me a snack?" And she's in the room that's closest to the kitchen. I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." You could have just gotten this yourself.
Fuck you. Anyway, that's probably why I'm single. Reduce your waste. Zach, stop pooping.
Oh man, probably.
Number 12, volunteer. Did you volunteer at all in 2022?
I didn't.
Did not. You should volunteer at least once. That way you can say you did.
I volunteered in my life more than once.
Oh, well, that's cheating. You can't use your whole life as a catch-all.
Technically, these are resolutions that you've never done. So
I mean, I don't know about that. Drink more water.
I've drank water plenty of times.
You probably drink more water than I do.
Well, it depends. Depends on what is going on. So, over the New Year's, I grabbed some Dewar's whiskey, and for a mixer, I just got some Diet Dr. Pepper. Because I've discovered I enjoy Diet Dr. Pepper more than normal Dr. Pepper now.
I hate it.
Normal Dr. Pepper is way too syrupy for me.
Yeah.
It like sticks in your mouth, and I don't like that. The same thing with Coke. And I've been on the Diet Coke train for many, many years. I prefer it mostly over original Coke just because it doesn't taste like acid. But for the most part, I was okay with regular Dr. Pepper until I've discovered recently I am not. But anyway, that was my drink of choice for the New Year's. I had some good bevies. And then afterwards, I was like, I really liked having some Diet Dr. Pepper around here. So I got some recently on my nearest grocery trip. And I went through 5 of the 6 bottles in one night. So
Good
I
Lord.
shan't be doing that again.
Bottles as in like 2-liter bottles?
No, they're like the little mini bottles.
Oh, okay. So the 16 out, like
Yeah.
the ones I get from like takeout or something. If I have no soda. What is it gonna take for me to switch you onto the Coke Zero train?
I mean, I don't dislike Coke Zero.
But
I'm
what
fine with it.
okay, so I used to like Diet Dr. Pepper too, until my brother tried to trick me into thinking he spiked my Diet Dr. Pepper when I was a young lad, as older siblings do. He thought that I was visiting one day at his apartment, and he decided to pour me a soda, and I was like 15, 16, I can't remember. It was a couple years after Metal Gear Solid 3 came out, because I was playing that and I had never played it before. I don't know why, but that's just what I remember. And he's like, here's a Diet Dr. Pepper. By the way, and after I started drinking, he's like, by the way, I put some alcohol in there. Do you feel any different? I'm like, it tastes weirder. And then from that point onward, it's just had this weird, like, not alcoholic taste, but it's like, it's got a weird taste to it. I don't know how else to explain it. So from that point onward, I've just been kind of like turned off by Diet Dr. Pepper. But I'm like you, like most diet drinks I'll drink just because it doesn't taste like sugary acid. Except for like the few occasions where there are no diet drink options, which shame on you, anybody who buys soda for like a get together or party, whatever. It's the one thing I don't like about my manager at work. she whenever we have like an office meeting or building meeting, whatever, staff meeting, that's what they're called. She will buy, like Coke, Dr. Pepper, Fanta, and I'm like, can you get like a Diet Coke? Just like in the back, I'm like, you're getting pizza, so like I'm eating unhealthily, but can I get a Diet Coke? Because I'm not 7.
Can I have some form of margin of error here?
And then no one drinks the Fanta, and no one drinks the Sprite or whatever, but like all of the Coke is gone. So I'm like, I have to drink this regular Dr. Pepper or this regular orange Fanta, and I'd rather die. But I want to move you over to Coke Zero, because not only is it all the good things about Diet Coke, it's a little bit healthier. It doesn't taste like sugary acid, but it's also that was it. That was just the one point, is that it's way better. It tastes way better, not only than regular Coke, but Diet Coke as well. Because Diet Coke, when you go from Coke Zero to Diet Coke, you'll realize how sharper Diet Coke is. It's way harsher. But anyway.
This is the lamest we'll ever be.
Yeah, we're just talking about sodas.
I really prefer the 0-calorie Coke or the Diet Dr. Pepper.
Well,
it's too sugary for me.
So I switched from Diet Coke to Coke Zero because of the whole like aspartame gives you like migraines and shit. Like Diet Coke was when everyone was talking about how bad Diet Coke was, when in reality it's not nearly as bad as like regular Coke or any of. Actually, you know what? I gotta fucking talk about something. This was something that was on my mind because I just recently rediscovered it, and I used to drink this all the time when I was a kid. Did you drink Fresca? Have you ever drank Fresca?
I have had it before. You brought this up in the group chat not too long ago.
Yes.
Well.
Because that was when I rediscovered it.
I can't.
It's been like a month since we've had a
off the top of
podcast.
my head, what a Fresca tastes like, other than like knockoff Sprite.
It is not knockoff Sprite because Sprite is lemon lime flavored. Fresca
It's a knockoff
is
7-Up.
no 7-Up is watered down Sprite. That's right.
No, one's more lime than lemon.
I think Sprite is more lime than lemon, and 7-Up is more lemon than lime. But it doesn't matter because Fresca is grapefruit flavored carbonated soda, and it is fucking delicious. Not only is it a good mixer for like fruity alcoholic drinks, like it's the best. As it's that and ginger ale. Like I would use either of those. But it's so much better than like I wanted something other than Coke Zero. I was drinking a whole bunch of sodas. We're still talking about soda. Fuck. But Fresca, my God, delicious. Go buy some Fresca. You're going to be thinking like, I've never heard of this. Why would I ever want to drink this? It's delicious. I was actually drinking it earlier because I was so sick of Coke Zero. I shouldn't be drinking soda at all anyway. At my age, weight, all this kind of health problems, all that kind of stuff. But Fresca, delicious. And it makes me want to actually try to get back into grapefruit, which is a good thing because grapefruit are really fucking delicious. They're negative calories.
Got out of grapefruit before?
I got really into grapefruit when I was in the military. To cut weight, man. You cut weight like crazy.
Sounds like, oh man, yeah, I was really into hard drugs at this point in my life, and you're over here like, yeah, man, I really remember when I was into grapefruit the first time.
Yeah, just pouring sugar all over.
Pulled me back.
It's that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's Fresca is a gateway drink. Keep a journal. That's another resolution, Zach.
I have tried this so many times and it never works. So I will not be doing it.
You know what I want to give you? I'm just going to spoil the surprise. I want to get you one of those writing prompt books where it's like 365 prompts and you could just like write like a little paragraph of a story or whatever. And that can kind of get your creative juices flowing. I've done it in the past to help with my writing.
Some of them.
Yeah. So I know that. Wait, she didn't use them? She should. It actually helps because
she's fine. She's written 2 books in the last year, so.
Well. I guess I'm the asshole.
Doesn't really need my help or anyone else's. So.
Fine. I guess I'm the jerk. Stepping in dog shit every day.
Oh fuck, God. Steve
Jobs?
Fuck. Oh,
Steve fuck?
No. How am I? Steve Martin. God damn. The Jerk. The movie The Jerk?
Yeah, but what about him? What about Steve Martin?
Well, you said The Jerk, and I was like Steve. Well, I was wanting to say like Steve Martin.
I said like a jerk.
Yeah. No. But yeah. All right.
Take the stairs, which you're doing the opposite
Fuck
of.
You. I am so over stairs. Good for your caboose. I'll give you a slip kick in the caboose.
It's good for your caboose.
My caboose is fine.
Hey, right? Coming from somebody who also lived on the 3rd floor,
at least twice every day. Fuck off.
See, the main problem that you had is that not only did you move on to the 3rd floor, which is a bad idea, just in general.
We really like the floor plan.
I guess, but it's never worth it in the end. It's not worth it with the amount of groceries and because you have two little dogs. You're having to constantly go up and down those stairs. So you're going down them more than I did whenever I was living in my 3rd floor apartment.
I do go down those stairs.
Be kind on social media.
I don't do anything on social media these days. So
yeah, I've been less and less on social media. Yeah.
Like, oh, grudges? Hell no. Taking that to the grave with me.
What kind of grudges do you have now? Tell me one of your grudges.
A childhood rivalry that spun into a friendship, which then was despun when he killed my family. And now I'm on a revenge quest to kill his family.
I was like, wait, what? Who killed your family? Who was that?
He knows who he is.
Bring a plant into your home.
Hey, I already have a plant.
Got plenty of plants. I actually have a plant. Did I tell you I got a plant?
No, you did not.
I have a
What's your
snake plant.
Oh, we have a snake plant.
They're so easy. I just water it. Yeah, I water it once a week. That's it. He has not grown at all, but I think that's the point.
Ours outgrew his little pot, and part of him broke off, so that was sad.
Yeah, but it's fun. They're fun, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
The point of plants is to be fun.
It's just something else to take care of.
Jesus Christ.
Look, man, I'm taking care of 2 dogs, 2 birds. I kind of take care of the plant. That's mostly Casey. But if it needs water, then I give it water.
Do you? Or do you secretly want it to die?
No. I'm not a monster.
Okay. That was my chair. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, yeah, no, that was the chair. When it's on your end, it's the chair.
Avoid people who complain a lot. Well, this has been a great podcast, everybody. Thank you so much for travel somewhere with no map. These are really
That's a terrible idea.
That's how people get lost and taken and murdered. Get a real haircut. Get a real haircut.
What does that mean?
Get a real haircut. You know what it means.
What constitutes a real and fake haircut?
Some of us are so
you got a
attached.
haircut, but it's one of those fake haircuts.
Yeah. What? Poser. You're a poser.
Oh God.
Have you tried meditation? This is a good topic.
I have tried meditation. There was actually a point where it's probably very little remembered, but at one point, Casey and I actually tried to do our own podcast called the Challenging Podcast, and one of those challenges, which we would do for 30 days, was meditating. And we started that podcast. As you'll find out, a lot of the things were derailed by COVID. I don't know if you knew this. But yeah, 2 weeks into starting that podcast, COVID happened. And so we dropped it pretty fucking hard because we had too much other stuff going on. And when we were meditating, I actually quite enjoyed it. She was a big fan, but yeah, I did find some enjoyment out of meditating.
Did you, you know what did survive the podcast? Or fuck.
The podcast.
You know what did survive the pandemic?
Us.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I didn't mean that sadly. I meant Goose.
Yes, the podcast, kind of.
In a way.
It didn't exist.
It did technically, it came after, but I'm going to...
Nonsense did not survive.
This is a version of... This is... Well, no, it technically did. It technically did.
Yeah, well, it survived. We just smothered it in its sleep.
Yeah. And it phoenixed itself. You know what I mean? That's not a verb. It phoenixed itself. It from the ashes grew this.
From the ashes, a new podcast rises.
Would you ever get into like
2 other white men who have beards and brown hair, not seen since the last one 2 days ago?
Well, I can switch things up. You know, we can always do something different. We can be different.
Be different.
I mean, look, hold on.
That's different. All right.
I got an eye patch now.
I just look like Dan Crenshaw.
Oh. He's not the first man with an eye patch, by the way.
No, but he's the most known because he's a giant douche.
Yeah, and he's from Texas.
Yeah.
Which is where we're from.
Fuck you, Dan.
Yeah, Dan, you're a dick.
Piece of shit.
I don't care if you're a veteran. I really don't. We're not going to get anybody to watch this. Anyway, are you an arts and crafts guy?
I want to be, but I don't.
Why not?
I don't know. Every time I try, I run into issues that just derail me.
Have you ever...
Like, last year, I actually really wanted to start trying to draw more.
Mm-hmm.
and I got a little Wacom tablet to use to do digital art, and I've never used a digital tablet before, and I'm sure you just get used to it over time. But first, I don't have the art skills already to rely on my previous knowledge when starting a new art hobby. So when you're using a Wacom tablet and it has like that weird delay, or it's like your fingers are smudging, and that's why they have like the little gloves or whatever.
Yeah.
And like it's fucking with you. It's just like, oh my god. I'd rather just use a paper and a pencil at this point.
I literally went through that exact same experience. Before, during Lights Camera Nonsense, when I was creating the thumbnails and any of the art that we did, I was using a digital tablet to like make the art for it. I'm an idiot, and I'm a big old clumsy lummox, or clummix, as one would portmanteau.
Yes, like Clopen.
Like Clopen. Fuck. Here we are back again. And yeah, it did not go well. It was the delay. It was the disconnect. You know how you weren't getting.
I really don't like if I'm putting a thing at something, I want the immediate response. I don't want it to be like drag and then it's like trailing behind it a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Was not a fan.
And yeah, somehow
I only spent $30 on it, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Which of course then you're like, well, yeah, you would have trouble with a cheap piece of shit. Actually, it wasn't $30. Mine was like $80 because it was on sale off of like $150 or something.
Yeah. So, last two, go to bed happy each night. Yeah, it's not reasonable. It's not reasonable. And then talk less and listen more. This has been the Good Goose Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. We're back, baby. Remember,
like the dinosaurs. You
can follow us here on Twitch, or you can follow us on YouTube. Just look for a Good Goose Inc. That was the outro. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. You're too late. This is the end of the
Bye-bye.
podcast. Bye.